It's after May 1st and all your payments for summer camp have been made, and now you're wondering, how do I get my youth signed up for merit badges? Well, let me show you how. We start right here at our council website, cpcbsa.org. We're going to want to begin by logging in to our unit account. In this case, our unit account is Demo 999. You may have unit account information that you know already with username and password. If you don't already know your username and password, please contact camping at cpcbsa.org and request that information. Or you can call our volunteer service desk at 503-255-5759 and they'll be able to help you with your login information. Once you log in, you'll be taken to this page right here, which is your unit's portal. You'll want to scroll down on the events and facilities field until you reach your week of summer camp. In our case, it's Camp Baldwin's week 1 of 2016. If you logged in the past, you may see a few different items from before. The first being our youth and adult numbers now say 0 of 6 and 0 of 2, as opposed to just 6 and 2. When your screen looks like that with a 0 of 6 and a 0 of 2, you will have made enough payments to begin adding your youth to your reservation and signing them up for merit badge classes. We've made a payment right now at this point of $1,704, which is $140 short of our total registration fee, but it does mean that all of our youth have been paid for. We will now want to move over to our roster. For units of the Cascade Pacific Council, your roster had already been preloaded. Units from other councils will need to add each youth from their unit that is going to summer camp to the roster. Any new youth in any Cascade Pacific Council unit will also have to be added, if they were added since the time we made the upload last summer. Once all your youth that are going to summer camp are in your roster, you will then want to select event registration. We will now begin adding youth to our summer camp. That can be done by selecting the new button here or the new youth registration button here. You'll see it says we're doing 6 youth participant types. There are 6 spots, and we have the ability to add more. We'll start off by adding Jack Doe. We'll click his name and create registration. Here is his profile, which has very much the same information that you saw under the Your Roster tab for each youth. If your youth is already in the system, there's probably not much to add here. You may want to note the allergies and dietary restrictions and any comments that need to be added about that for each individual youth. But other than serious allergies and dietary restrictions, most everything should just be left alone. We will now want to select classes for Jack. Those can be selected by clicking on the Merit Badges tab at the top or the Continue to Pick Options button at the bottom. Here's where we add all our Merit Badge classes. You'll see there's the title of the class, whether the class costs money. There's 2 different options for payment. Some payments are estimates for handicraft style merit badges, where the cost of the class will be dependent on the craft that the scout chooses to do, and others will be fixed payments, such as those with shooting sports, archery, or other extracurricular activities that have a fixed cost. Those with fixed costs can be paid ahead of time, either at the completion of merit badge signups, sometime before summer starts through the online portal here, or at summer camp when you arrive. It will also tell you how many spaces are available in the class, what time the class is offered, and the days that it's offered. If a class is offered during open program only, it will not have a time or the days that it's offered. It will also list the minimum age for classes if there are minimum ages, and those will be identified by icons. In the case of classes that are not unlimited with their space, it will tell you how many spots are still available. Any class listed as having a lottery in your planning guide will only have one spot available. After that, all other spaces will be put on the waiting list. In the case of these classes, every person who signs up, the one in the class and everybody on the waiting list, will be entered into the lottery. We'll demonstrate that here shortly. We will start off by dragging classes from the list on the right to the spot on the left where it says drag options here. Jack is not old enough to be in this class, and it pops up an error message for us. We will select other classes for him. As we select a class, in this case 9 o'clock camping, it will remove all other classes that were offered at 9 o'clock. In order to take a class off of a schedule, we just click it and drag it back to the list. Classes that are longer than one class period, such as archery, which covers 2, will remove both the 9 and 10 o'clock classes. We will fill Jack's schedule up here with a few items. Not every class time has to be scheduled. Some youth and adult leaders prefer to have open time available for having fun at camp, in which case we're going to leave our 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock merit badges open. To note, on the bottom of the screen, or on the bottom of the list, we have options that the camp has. In this case at Baldwin, we have horse rides, bike rides. We also have rafting outbounds, windsurfing outbounds, and those can all be signed up for at this time and paid for as well. We also have the opportunity for all members of the Order of the Arrow that are ordeal members that have been in our lodge for 10 months to convert to the Brotherhood Honor, and that can be done ahead of time as well. When we have a complete schedule, we will click the Save button at the bottom of the screen. Following that, we will see the option to finish our registration or to add more youth. We will continue to select youth and add them to the classes until we have all of them taken care of. As you can see, climbing has a waiting list. It will tell you where you are on the waiting list. Your rank on the waiting list in no way means how close you will be to getting into the class. The class will still be done on a lottery basis when you get to camp. If you are in a lottery and you do not make the class, you will have the ability to select other classes at camp and attend them without being signed up ahead of time. We have all the youth now taken care of, but adults have the opportunity to sign up for classes as well too. If you notice, adults classes are different. At Baldwin, the horse rides and the outbounds are still available, and as well as Brotherhood conversion. But various trainings will now be offered that are for adults only. safety afloat training, safe swim defense, in many cases leave no trace, climb on safely, and the aquatic supervision classes will be available as well. Not everybody has to sign up for a class in order to continue. There's still an adult without a class schedule, and we will continue anyway. We will now check out. After we click on the checkout screen, we will see all the classes that we have here that we've signed up for. And when we're finished, we click the Submit My Order button. As you can see, we've come back and there are some class fees. They were not required at checkout, but you can still pay for them now if you would like. If you wanted to pay, you could click Add Payment and pay for those classes at this time by selecting the class amount and making the payment. You'll also notice that we didn't actually add that last adult, so it says adults 1 of 2. Even if you have an adult that is not going to be attending any classes, you will want to add them to your roster just to be sure that they are accounted for at camp. If you don't select any options, a warning message will appear. After we're all through, we would hit Submit and our order would be complete. If you have any further questions about how to sign up for Merit Badge classes or any other classes for your youth or your adults for the 2016 summer, please contact again camping@cpcbsa.org. That email address is camping@cpcbsa.org, or you can call our volunteer service desk at 503-225-5759.